Good morning and welcome to Review with a Brew. And yes, today's blend is green tea and it's Darjeeling. Now you're likely thinking, I've seen this before. And you'd be right, but this is the facelift model and it's actually mild hybrid. And the biggest difference is the brand new Kia badge. I'm Ben Quirk and this is a Kia Stonic facelift. The Kia Stonic first appeared back in 2017 and it made its debut at the Frankfurt Motor Show. It's a subcompact SUV and it's the smallest in the Kia range. Now you're likely looking at it and thinking, well, it doesn't really adopt the new design language. Now the sad point is, in South Korea, this has actually gone off sale. Now we've seen a new Ceed, we've seen a new Sportage and we've seen a new Sorento. Now the question I'm asking myself is the Stonic not long for this world? As I mentioned, it's the facelift. Yeah, you can't really tell by looking at it, but there are a few differences. Primarily the badge and the fact that it now has a mild hybrid 48 volt system. Makes it a little more economical and makes it a little more peppy. It'll pull 0 to 60 in about 10.5 seconds. Yeah, it's not the fastest thing in the world, but up to 30, it's pretty good. The thing about the Stonic is it's always looked relatively good. It looks rather modern and it's got some new additions. Namely LEDs, but you don't get that on the 2. And here's the interesting thing, if you do opt for the 2, you don't even get the mild hybrid system, but it does retail at just under 19,000, so it's a bargain. The Connect upwards all have mild hybrid 48 volt systems, so you can get a GT-Line and you can get a GT-Line S. Now dependent on what you go for, depends on what you get spec wise. Say you go for the GT-Line S, then you get things like heated seats, reversing camera, the LEDs as I mentioned, even a heated steering wheel. Our model retails for around £22,000. Safety, well, this started out at NCAP 3, but thanks to advanced safety packs, this is now NCAP 5. Economy, well realistically you should get late 40s to early 50s. Now it seems strange to call this a facelift because the design language is pretty much the same. Yeah, literally, it's the Kia badge. So we've got the halogen lights, they are automatic, and you do have high beam assist. I've always loved the flow of this as well. You've got curvature around the bonnet and the daytime running lights. You've got your little driving lamps down here, and the mix of colours, well, it really works. And the thing that really lifts any Kia model that we've seen now is the brand new badge. It really follows their new design language. Now there's 2 new colours. You can even get 2-tone. The other new addition is wheels. They're now 16s and they look like this. Got a rather bubbly tyre, so that gives you comfort on road and off road. And we've got a decent ride height, making it easy to get into. It also means you can be a little adventurous. In a word, I don't want to over-egg the pudding because it's not changed very much from the previous one at all. I mean, you still get power folding door mirrors and they've got blind spot detection. The vehicle retains its sporty looks with a sloping roofline. And the interesting thing about that is it doesn't affect headroom in the back. You've got discs all round with the front being vented. Yet again, a brand new Kia badge and subtle Stonic on the left hand side. But in a word, that's it. It's the same bumper, it's the same rear lenses. And the one thing that I really do like about this is a proper exhaust pipe. Very cool. We've also got rear parking sensors. Under the bonnet, well, let's have a look. The thing I always liked about the Kia Stonic is the curvature. And you can see it beautifully on the bonnet here. Turbocharged 3-cylinder. I do love the tone of a 3-cylinder. Well, it just looks like an ice, doesn't it? But if you look further down, you can actually tell there is a mild hybrid system there. Got 60 in 10.5 seconds. Economy, well, I'd say late 40s, early 50s. But it should be economical. It's a small SUV with a mild hybrid powertrain. I've always been a fan of Kia's design language. Now the thing about this is it does look a touch dated, but that's because I'm comparing it to the new Sorento. And then when you look at the EV6, that's not even on this planet. And that's another reason it makes me think, has the Stonic run its course? If it has, it's very sad, because it was a sporty little number it was engaging on a back road, and it was peppy enough, and it's even peppier to 30 now. Now it's got an electric motor. Now the thing that surprised me, especially as this is a 2, we don't get keyless entry or keyless go, but if you go for a higher level, then you do. Actually start the car with a key. Now one thing that always amazes me about Kia is they do think outside the box. So many manufacturers just think, well no, I'm not putting that in, or it's not even entered their mind. Things like doors that cover the sills. Perfect. Climbing in, nice and easy. No grab handle, not really surprising. Saying that, the Genesis that we drove a couple of weeks ago does have a handle here. Right, hard plastics pretty much everywhere. Even this is hard. It's a good quality, but it's hard nonetheless. Leather trim steering wheel and no adaptive cruise. But we do have lane keep assist and some other safety bits and bats too. Now the one thing that gets me straight away is the fact that you've got so many blanks here. So I can see where my heated seats would have been and my heated steering wheel. But sadly, we haven't got it. Now there are a number of things that have been retained from the previous gen. Namely things like lots of rotary dials, analog clocks and a small computer in the middle. It's not overkill, it's just perfect for what it is. Now we do have a new infotainment system. More rotary dials, shortcut buttons. It's responsive, it's got Apple CarPlay, it's got Android Auto. But there is no navigation. But if you go a trim higher, you will get navigation. 12-volt socket, USBs, switch gear, little bit of movement, but feels good to the touch. You've got air conditioning in this model, and build quality, well, pretty solid. The only thing that lets this vehicle down is lack of soft touches. But I do like the addition of this, it just brightens it up. It's a rather cool colour too. I've got decent headroom, and I've got decent legroom. Reach and rake in the steering wheel, comfortable seats, and I am a fan of this pattern on the fabric. Comfortable, supportive, and pretty good on a long journey. And as I mentioned, you can get heated variants too. We don't have them, which is quite a letdown in winter, because it is pretty chilly at the moment. So if I were you, I'd go for, say, a GT-Line. One of my favourite features, sunglasses holder, 2 cup holders down here, glove box. Whoa, no manual, so decent size. The one thing that is lacking in here is a sunroof. I've got a nice footrest here. I know that doesn't really weigh off on the sunroof, but you get my point. And here you've got your start, stop and a couple of other buttons. You can also adjust the height of your headlamps. You've got your petrol cap release. On the door, electric windows and power folding mirrors. The interesting thing is they don't fold out when you unlock the car. You've got rain sensing wipers as well. Yes, there is no 4x4, but it does have a decent ride height. You've got the off-road style cladding. And the one thing I have noticed is there's no privacy glass on this model. But we do have some roof rails. Opening the door. Well, that's a decent opening for a rear door. First thing, hard plastics. You do have that to lighten it up. It would have been nice to see a little bit of colour and maybe a soft touch. But the fact that there's not many soft touches in the front, it kind of makes sense. Climbing in. Well, even with my seat set for me at 6'3", I've got ample legroom. I can get my feet under the seats, and I've got a low transmission tunnel here. So there's lots of room for your legs. Headroom, if I sit right back, it does brush. But apart from that, no, pretty good. I've also got eye line out the window. I've got an electric window and a USB. And that's about it. It's comfortable. It's roomy enough. Perfect vehicle for 4 people, 5 people at a squeeze. Isofix points, airbags, and it does make it nice and airy because it's got a light headliner. Also, you do have a rather interestingly shaped cup holder. It's kind of not circular, but not square either. And as always, with a Kia, you get a 7-year warranty, 100,000 mile. Let's pop the boot. Same size as the previous gen, and you can get a false floor, but we don't have one, and that just eliminates part of this lip. Apart from that, it's a decent size. You can get shopping bags in there. 60/40 folding seats, dropping those nice and easy. Pull this tab. I'll get there, I'll get there. Now without a false floor, you'll see we've got a fair bit of a lip. Other than that, it's quite a decent space, and you'll quite easily get a mountain bike in here. You may have to take the wheel off though. So this is the new Kia Stonic, and it may look exactly the same as the other one, and that's because it is. The difference is, in this, we have a mild hybrid, meaning that 3-cylinder, which is turbocharged, you used to feel periodically a little less power. Well, that has been eliminated. That was the only thing that we noticed about this vehicle when we drove it, I think it was about 2 years ago. But because it was a 3-cylinder, when you ran out of puff with the turbo, well, that was it. With the mild hybrid, however, that is a completely different story. Far more peppy. It's ideal for city adventures. We've got start-stop, we've got lane keep assist, lane departure warning. I'm in 3rd gear at 30 miles an hour. If I put my foot down, there's readily available power, and you can tell it's not just the turbo.
Peppy.
That's not bad, that, is it?
There's no lag at all, really, there.
Well, you won't see a lag, that's the thing. That's the addition of having a turbo engine with a mild hybrid electric system. What it does is just mitigate any of that E. It fits so many applications. It's nimble enough to be fun on the back road.
Decent takeoff on the lights there, nice and smooth.
It's test cornering, yes. Stays well planted. It's quite weighted and gives good feedback. Yeah, very direct. I mean, if you chuck it into a roundabout or a bend, yes, it'll lean. But if you're just having a little bit of engaging driving, no, it feels well planted. Lovely short shift, no notchiness, and yes, very good for quick shift. Sound rather aggressive. The other thing about a 3-cylinder is, well, invariably, because they've only got 3 pistons, you do feel vibration. Whereas this, no, it's been pretty much mitigated. Good brakes, old school handbrake with hill start assist. Can't get better than that. Definitely feel that mild hybrid assistance, especially in 2nd gear, from 3.5 up. I mean, predominantly it'll be the turbo. When the turbo runs out, you can tell. And it just makes it fluid acceleration. I'm glad we had travel then, you felt it, didn't you?
Ah, yeah, you did.
Nice comfortable suspension, gobbles up bumps and potholes. And there's Williamson's Park. There's also a butterfly house here. The other thing about this one compared to the other one is we've got a Kia badge here, and it's the new one. Very clear analog dials and a small computer in the centre that gives me information like lane keep assist. And let's have a look. Economy 28.3 to the gallon. It's not great, is it? Realistically, you should get well over 40 to the gallon driving normally in this. I suppose what I need to do is try and get the economy up a bit. So I'll hold it down,
Yeah.
and see if we can get to about 35 to the gallon by the time we get to Carnforth. It will get you to change gear where you automatically wouldn't. So you're travelling along at 2,000 revs and it says actually you should now be in 5th gear or 4th gear. Whereas if you did that in a combustion model, it'd be like, you know, it would be labouring. But because you've got those dual systems, it makes it far more fluid, which means it can change gear and still deliver power at low revs. Now 0 to 60 is about 10.5, but up to 30 is pretty quick. Where you do notice it a little slower is, say, 30 to about 50. But that makes sense, it's a smaller engine. Getting up to motorway speeds isn't really a problem though. You've got power when you need it. And because of the little electric motor, it gives you a bit more oomph. A lot of city driving or slow driving, it wouldn't surprise me if you could get low 50s. And I suppose that's how it improves on the previous one. Kia Soul. So there you have it. We've arrived at Booths in Carnforth and we've now got 31.9, and I think it was around 28, so that's not bad for about 4.5 miles. Still pretty rapid with a full boot of shopping and 3 up. Refinement in the cabin, no wind noise, a little bit of tyre noise.
But that's more to do with the road, isn't it, rather than
exactly.
anything else.
Visibility good throughout as well. Still got pull in 6th gear. There goes the lane departure warning. 2nd gear, absolutely no problem. Now 32.2 to the gallon. Let's put it in 4th. Right, 4th at 1,500 revs. And it still pulls. In a word, it just improves on the combustion engine. A bit like Goldilocks, it's not too big and it's not too small. It's perfect for a country road. It's just taken the previous Stonic and improved on it.